Hello guys, how are you?
Doing well. Good, thank you.
Are you excited to be in London? How are you finding London at the moment?
It's amazing, yeah. I think we came during a good week. The weather is great, and my first time to the city, so it's fun seeing how unique and special it is.
What about yourself?
Oh yeah, we just got in last night, so.
Are you going to do any sightseeing whilst you're here, if you have time?
Hopefully some museums, yeah.
So yeah, tell me about the film, and tell me everything about this film. It looks hilarious. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the trailer. It looks hilarious. It's really interesting, and I saw one of the quotes was like, you have to watch it to like understand it, like to believe it, basically.
It's this movie called Sasquatch Sunset, and it follows a family of 4 Bigfoot or Sasquatches throughout the course of a year, and you kind of see how they live and interact and survive, in nature, and it's all from their perspective. So it's been it's very unique because there's no humans in it. There's no human dialogue, although they communicate to each other, and so.
How was costume? Where did you find the costume, or how did you imagine these people to look like, or these, I guess, Bigfoots look like the way you wanted them to come across as?
The Bigfoot legend is pretty big in America. It's one of its earliest. America's a young country, but it's one of our only folklore that we have, and so there's a lot of like understanding or at least a knowledge of what the Bigfoot sort of looks like, because there's a lot of videos online and images and stuff, but so we had a little bit of a baseline to draw on what we would want to create creatures as, and then a lot of it was taken from inspiration of like primates and other elements of the animal kingdom, to kind of how they move and how they interact, and kind of trying to create a realistic version of them, a realistic a depiction of them that's felt real, even though this is a somewhat mythical animal.
So how did you both come to do this project?
Well, we've always loved Bigfoot since we were kids, and had seen the original footage that came out originally came out in the late 60s, and which is it's one of the most famous pieces of film. Just this Bigfoot walking across, the clearing, and so we've just been obsessed with the mystery of it since then. And then in terms of the story, I don't know, we just like all the quote unquote footage of Bigfoot is just of it walking usually, and so we're just joking about what else is it doing, what's going on in the interior lives of these creatures, and so they started developing the story from there, and really wanted to embrace the full spectrum of animal behavior, just in the same way you would see with your dog or your cat, just the full spectrum of what we would consider good or bad behavior, just to show it all unapologetically and matter of fact, just chronicle their lives from an objective standpoint.
So obviously, it's set in North America, but was it filmed in North America? And if so, obviously you're in the wildlife, did you see any unsuspecting like wildlife, like a snake or anything venomous or anything like that?
Yeah, we filmed it in Northern California, which is sort of like the epicenter of where Bigfoot lore came from. It's where the original footage that David was mentioning, that was actually shot in Northern California. But the legend is kind of all over the place. And there's all, because we wanted to make these creatures feel as realistic as possible. This wasn't like a green screen movie. We were out in the elements and these crazy forests, and you just come across all sorts of animals. We had big elk and some snakes and some other things that they interacted with. But I think it was a testament to the makeup and how unreal it looked. Like the animals just kind of didn't really care. Like they kind of treated them as if they were just part of the environment, as they would any other animal out there. So that was kind of interesting.
Do you both have any challenging and highlights from filming?
Just the fact that these creature costumes are normally what you'd have like on a sound stage, and we were putting them in harsh weather conditions and in remote locations. So dealing with the creature costumes, dealing with the weather, and then there's lots of animals in the movie. So just all of those things present challenges where you have to adapt to them rather than the other way around. But it was what we knew going into it, so it was fine.
What about yourself? Do you have any challenging or highlights?
I was one of the Sasquatches, so it was just you're putting on this costume that weighs about 40 pounds, and it's head to toe rubber and makeup and fur, and walking around it was physically taxing.